What is going on, everyone? My name is Aaron, and thank you all so much for tuning into the channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you all exactly why you've been wasting your hard-earned cash on flipping jigs. With thousands of different jig and trailer combinations available, picking a jig can be way harder than it has to be. I'm going to simplify it down to the 2 jigs and 3 trailers that give you all the most bang for your buck. Let's do it. The flipping jig is one lure I have tied on every single day of the year. Created with a weed guard to protect the hook, jigs are designed to be fished in heavy cover where bass like to ambush their prey. Jigs are really good at imitating a couple things bass like to eat, such as bluegill and crawfish. Let me show you all the 2 flipping jigs that I like to use. First up, we have the Crusher's Lures Heavy Finesse Jig. Technically, a ball head jig is not a flipping jig, but I love throwing this lure in heavy cover and around rock late fall to early spring. With its smaller and more compact presentation, bass love this jig in the colder months. This is also my go-to on those post-frontal days where it's very tough to get a bite. When I throw the finesse jig, I'm sticking with a 3/8 ounce size and the watermelon red color. The second and last flipping jig that I used is the Eco Pro Tungsten Trocar Flipping Jig. Man, that is a mouthful. It's my go-to jig from spring to fall. The head is made out of tungsten instead of lead, so it gives you much better sensitivity bouncing through rocks or coming over tree limbs. Tungsten is also a little bit more dense than lead, so you actually have a smaller head than you normally would with a lead jig. My favorite feature of this jig is the 5/0 Trocar hook, which gets you excellent hook penetration. Another great feature about this lure is the paint they use. This jig holds its color much better than most lead jigs, which will actually start chipping after only a few uses. There's only one color and size that you need when it comes to this jig, and that is the 1/2 ounce weight in the PB&J color. This color excels in clean and dirty water by simply changing the trailer color. Speaking of trailers, let's go ahead and dive into those right now. We all know there are thousands of soft plastics on the market, and most of those can be used as a trailer. Many of you all have soft plastics at home that will actually work for a trailer for either one of these jigs. But for those who are looking to get the best performing trailers, I've narrowed it down to 3. When it comes to the ball head finesse jig, there's only one trailer that I recommend you buy, and that is the Yamamoto Double Tail Grub. This plastic works great in cold water because it slows the fall of your jig and has a very subtle action when sitting on bottom. When fishing in winter, you don't want a jig with too much action because it looks unnatural to the bass. The Double Tail Grub has the perfect action for all of you hardcore anglers who fish throughout the winter months. I only buy the green pumpkin with black flake color for my Double Tail Grubs. The reason for this is because when you're fishing in the winter, you're always going to want to fish clean water and avoid dirty water. Next up, we have 2 different trailers for our Eco Pro Tungsten Jig. First, it's going to be the 6th Sense Stroker Crawl. The Stroker Crawl is great because it has excellent action, but more importantly, it's one of the most durable soft plastics on the market. That is crucial for the angler on a budget because when you're catching a lot of bass, and believe me, you are going to catch a lot of bass on these jigs, you don't want to change your trailer out after each catch. When it comes to colors, I'm using the green pumpkin for clear water and black and blue for dirty or stained water. For the last trailer, I can't believe I'm telling you guys this. The last trailer I'm about to share with you guys is probably my best kept secret to date, and it is the Yamamoto Cowboy. This trailer comes into play late spring through early fall and catches absolute giants. The Cowboy has big appendages that displace a lot of water and cause the jig to fall extremely slow. The Cowboy also gives the jig a bigger presentation, which works really well in those summer months when the bass's metabolism is the highest it's going to be all year long. The one and only con to the Cowboy is its durability because of its high salt content, but for me personally, it's worth the trade-off. If you haven't tried night fishing or even fishing before first light, I highly recommend this jig and trailer combination as it's a really easy way to catch 5-pound bass. The 2 colors I use are green pumpkin with black flake and cleaner water, or black with blue flake and dirty or dingy water, or when I'm night fishing. When it comes to fishing the flipping jig, simplicity is your best friend. There are a ton of great options in the market to choose from when it comes to jigs. But just to recap, I prefer the 3/8 ounce Crusher Finesse Jig and the 1/2 ounce Eco Pro Tungsten Trocar Jig. One of the 3 trailers we talked about was the Yamamoto Double Tail Grub, which I pair up with that 3/8 ounce ball head jig. The other 2 that we talked about were the 6th Sense Stroker Crawl and the Yamamoto Cowboy, and I pair those up with that 1/2 ounce jig. The best place to fish these jigs in is areas with heavy cover and about 2 to 10 feet of water. And just as a thank you to the viewers who are still here, I'm going to drop a juicy tip for you guys. When I'm searching for an area to fish the jig, I look for banks with deep water access nearby. Big bass love to be near deep water because they can come up, feed, and then when they're full or they feel threatened, they can go back into the depths. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the end of the video. Don't forget to drop a like, and I want you guys to comment down below, what is your favorite jig and trailer combination? I'd be curious to find out. If you're not subscribed yet, what the heck are you doing? Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and join our fishing family for much more great content to come. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one.